outside now and you're putting on the tank tops and the shorts and you think to yourself, ooh, I'm still looking a little pale, but the weather is getting so nice and warm that people are turning to bronzers to get a little bit of that faked baked glow, right? Chantel is our model. So Chantel, you just sit tight for a while because we want to talk a little bit about bronzers, all the different bronzers out there and how to apply it and what you should be looking for.
Well, bronzers are great because you can get a nice bronze, tansy, sun-kissed look without the UV damaging rays of the sun, right? Also, you can control how dark you want to look. If you lay out in the sun all day, sometimes by the end of the day, you have no control of how dark you're going to get, where you can control it with makeup.
Yes.
Okay, so we have different types of bronzers. We have powder bronzers, which are typically for the face, and then we have liquid bronzers that are more like self-tanners for the body.
Right.
So let's start with the powder.
Yeah. There's something ironic about two black girls talking about this, huh?
You know,
we use them all the time.
Since I was a child. You too can look like this.
Really? It's a lot of bronzer.
Okay, so we got two types of bronzers. We got shimmer bronzers and we got matte texture bronzers.
Okay.
Shimmer bronzers are the ones that have more of a pearlized shimmer type of sparkly finish to them. Those are commonly used on the face.
Yeah.
They're great. They give you more of that beachy, sexy J-Lo glow. There's a downside to them though. If you're going to be taking pictures and there's a lot of flash in the pictures, they reflect light and you could end up looking really shiny and greasy.
Right.
So just keep that in mind if you're going to be using a bronzer that has shimmer in it. As well as if you have more mature skin.
Yeah.
The sparkle in it kind of accentuates fine lines. So be careful if you have a little bit, if your skin has a little bit more fine lines in it, be careful using ones with shimmer.
Got it.
If you want to go for more of a natural look, go with one that's more of a matte finish like this. It's going to give you a really natural look. And the upside to that is it doesn't technically have to be a bronzer. You can go with like a pressed powder that's matte as well. You don't have to have a bronzer in your arsenal.
Yeah.
You don't really need it. As long as you have a darker powder, it can work as a bronzer as well. So you can use it to contour as well. So it's like a 2-in-1.
Yes. Okay. Good to know.
Once you've decided which powder, which texture that you want to go with, then you have to go with what color you're going to go with. Okay? Now the reason why people end up looking like Oompa Loompas when they get the bronzer, they look like the Great Pumpkin, is because they're going with something too dark. You don't want to go with something significantly darker than your skin. What you want to do is you're going to actually want to hold up in the store, hold it right to your face like that, and go with a powder that's about 2, maybe 3 complexions darker than your skin tone.
Right.
You don't want to go with something too drastically dark because you're not trying to look like another race.
Right.
You're just trying to look like yourself, right? So
that's what shine, not a new ethnicity.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's a good way of testing it. So hold it right up to your face like that, and 2 to 3, 3 is pushing it, but 2 to 3 shades darker.
Okay.
Okay. So once you've decided that you wanted to go with which color you want to go with, now you have to apply it.
Right.
I say stay away from using a big face brush like this. I see people doing it all the time.
I do it.
And people putting it all over the face. You don't want to do that. Bronzer is not meant to go all over the face, okay? And when you use a big brush like this, it usually covers too much surface, and that's where you end up getting it everywhere. I suggest going with something like a blush brush.
Okay.
Okay, and what you're going to want to remember is you want to draw 3s on the side of your face, like this, okay? So what you want to do is just turn a little bit this way. You're going to start with your bronzer. Focus in the temple area right here. You're going to carry it down like this. Focus and sweep it into the cheekbone area, back down, and along the jawline.
Because those are the places where you want the light to hit, right?
That's where you're creating depth in the face.
Right.
If you're putting it all over, all it is just a brown face.
Yeah.
And it's flat. You don't want to do that. You want to create depth, so it creates high cheekbones, things like that. So you want to make sure you do it like that on both sides of the face. Concentrating on the temple bone, no need to put it all across the forehead. Okay?
People doing that?
I see people doing that, okay? So just want to do this and swing it back around like this.
Right.
And then back around like this. And you can just tickle the chin.
Yeah.
And the nose just like that, but you want to focus on drawing 3s on each side of the face. So remember that.
Okay, very nice. Okay, so you've picked the color bronzer you need. You have talked about application. You haven't gone too dark. You haven't gone too light. You're perfect. You're sun-kissed. You're ready to go. Do you feel ready to hit the beach out there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That was the right answer.